Namaste bachon. Welcome everyone. I know, your exams are coming up so soon, right? But please don't you worry one bit. We are going to do a super quick, super easy revision of this whole chapter, Physical Features of India. And I promise, by the end of this, you'll feel like you're an absolute master. So are you ready? Okay, but first, a quick little question for all of you. Just think about where you live. When you look out your window, what do you see? Is it huge mountains all around? Or maybe you live somewhere with these vast, flat plains that go on and on forever. Or maybe you're lucky enough to smell the sea breeze from the coast. Come on, just take a second and think about it. You know why I'm asking? Because the most magical thing about our country, our Bharat, is that it has literally everything you can imagine. We've got the highest snow-covered mountains in the whole world, and we've also got these super lush green plains. We have ancient rocky plateaus and dry deserts, and of course, beautiful, beautiful islands. It's all right here in our incredible country. All right, so to make sense of all this amazing variety, here's our little journey plan for today. We're going to quickly cover these 6 simple topics. Just stick with me, and I promise you this whole chapter will be completely crystal clear in your mind. Okay, first up, India is a land of contrasts. So what does that even mean? Well, it's pretty cool, actually. It means our country has some of the oldest, most stable land you can find anywhere on Earth. That's the Peninsular Plateau. But at the same time, it also has some of the youngest and newest landforms, like our mighty Himalayas. See? Old and new, just living together, side by side. So, let's talk about that beautiful crown on India's head, the Himalayas. Geologically, they are super young mountains. You can almost think of them as the teenagers of the mountain world. And they stand there like a massive protective wall right across our northern border. So how did these teenagers even get here? The most important thing to remember is that the Himalayas are fold mountains. So how were they folded? It's easy to picture. Imagine you have a bed sheet spread out on your bed. Now push it from both sides with your hands. What happens? It wrinkles and folds up, right? Well, that's pretty much exactly what happened. The landmass of India pushed and pushed into the giant Eurasian plate and poof! The land folded up to create the Himalayas. Simple as that. Now, the Himalayas aren't just one big wall. No. They're actually arranged in 3 parallel ranges, one after the other. Now listen carefully, Bachcho. Remember this for your exams. The one way inside, the tallest one, is the Himadri, or the Great Himalayas. Then, in the middle, we have the Himacho. That's where all our favorite hill stations are, like Shimla and Mussoorie. And finally, the range on the outside is the Shivaliks. So it's easy. Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks. Got it? And of course, that first range, the Himadri, is where you'll find the world's highest peaks. Now, we all know Mount Everest is in Nepal, but just look at the giants we have right here in India. We have Kanchenjunga, Nanga Parbat, Nanda Devi. These are absolutely magnificent peaks, all standing so tall and proud in our country. Okay, here's a very common 1-mark question you might see. What are dunes? It is so simple. Dunes are just the long, wide valleys that you find between the middle range, the Himachal, and the outer range, the Shivaliks. And what's the easiest way to remember this? Just think of Dehradun. See, the answer is right there in the name. Okay, so we have these huge mountains. Now what happens? Well, rivers start flowing down from them, right? And as they flow down, they create our next big feature, the vast northern plains. You should really think of this area as India's food bowl, our Annapurna. And these huge, flat, fertile lands were basically formed by 3 great river systems, the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. And when I say vast, I mean it. We're talking about a massive 7 lakh square kilometers. Just imagine that. For millions and millions of years, the rivers carried down this really fine soil from the Himalayas. We call it alluvium. And they just spread it all out here. And that's what created one of the most fertile regions in the whole world. All right, pencils ready, exam alert. This is a favorite question for examiners. What's the difference between Bhangar and Khadar? It is super easy, so listen up. Bhangar is the old alluvial soil. Just think of it like the wise old grandfather's soil. It's found a bit farther away from the rivers, and it has these little pebbles called kankar. On the other hand, Khadar is the new, fresh soil. It's young, found right in the floodplains near the river, and because of the floods, it gets renewed every single year, which makes it incredibly fertile. So just remember, Bhangar is old, Khadar is new. Easy peasy, right? Perfect. Okay, so we've talked about the newest landforms. Now let's travel all the way back in time to the oldest part of India, the Peninsular Plateau. Now this is what we call a tableland. What does that mean? It's basically a piece of land that's flat on top, like a table, but raised up high from the area around it. This part of India is incredibly old and stable. It was formed from the ancient Gondwana land.
See this whole triangular section here on the map? That's the plateau we're talking about. And it's not just some flat, boring, rocky area. Oh no, it's actually a place of great beauty. It has these lovely rounded hills and wide valleys, and you can find stunning waterfalls, just like this beautiful one from the Chota Nagpur Plateau region.
And here we have another very, very important exam topic, the difference between the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. These are basically the two edges of the Deccan Plateau. The number one key difference is this: continuity. The Western Ghats are like a continuous, unbroken wall of mountains. But the Eastern Ghats, they are broken up, they are discontinuous. Why? Because so many rivers have cut right through them to reach the sea. So the main things to remember are: Western Ghats are continuous and higher, Eastern Ghats are broken and lower. That's it. Simple. All right, let's wrap up our amazing tour of India by taking a quick look at its beautiful edges. That means the desert, the coasts, and of course, the islands. So really quickly, what do we have? We've got the Great Indian Desert, which you probably know as the Thar Desert. It's a very dry, sandy region. Then we have our beautiful coastal plains, those narrow strips of land on both the west and the east coasts. And finally, we have our two stunning groups of islands, the Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands over in the Bay of Bengal. Just look at how beautiful these islands are. And hey, here's a super fun fact for you. These islands are actually the tippy tops of mountains that are hidden under the sea. How cool is that? And here's another one. India's only active volcano is located right here on a place called Barren Island, which is part of the Andaman and Nicobar group. Okay, finally, and this is probably the most important part of the whole chapter. You might be wondering, why do I need to learn about all these different things? Well, it's because all of these features work together. They complement each other, and they are what make our country so strong and so rich in resources. Just think about it for a second. The mighty Himalayas, they give us our precious water and are home to vast forests. The northern plains, they are our granaries. They grow the food that all of us eat. The plateau, it's like a giant treasure chest full of minerals like coal and iron ore that power our industries. And the coasts and islands, they're crucial for fishing and for trade with other countries. You see, it all fits together like a perfect jigsaw puzzle. Each part is a gift, and each part needs the others for our country to prosper. And that's why your textbook says this, and it's so true. The diverse physical features of the land have immense future possibilities of development. Our geography isn't just a topic in a book, it's our biggest strength. And there you have it, a super quick tour of our amazing country. We've covered all the main points. I want to wish you all the very, very best for your exams. I know you are all going to do wonderfully. Now, before you go, just one last fun thing to think about. If you got a magic ticket and you could visit any one of these places tomorrow, the snowy Himalayas, the sandy Thar Desert, or the beautiful islands, which one would you choose and why? Give it a thought. Bye for now, Becho.